know it's been a little bit. We stopped camping there a few weeks ago. Back at the beginning of November, we had one trip mid-November down at Shawnee State Park, the new campground, which was nice. And we should already have a video up for that one. But one thing that we use that I see a lot of people post about on Facebook groups and everything else is where to get firewood. Well, we actually have a wood burner at our house that we heat with, and we also use that wood for camping. So during the winter time, springtime, we always come out and cut our firewood for the year to come. That way it's nice and dry. And we split some of the crappy stuff first, put it up front. That way we can use it for you know, the bonfires at the campsites and everything else. So that's where we're at today. Got all the kiddos with me today, and the psycho one's swinging the stick around. But yeah, this is kind of the thing that nobody really talks about, is getting your firewood ready for camping season. And that way we don't have to worry about where we're going to get it at. And you know, we're out here splitting it anyway. So for me, it's kind of free firewood. So I'm going to kind of put you through our process today. We're cutting, splitting by hand out in the woods while we're out here, and then the boys are loading it in the back of the truck. They had a nice little work chain going on there. So we'll get a video going here and show you the fun that we're having. My middle one, Sawyer, wanted to let me know how to tell how old a tree was.
So how I told this tree, you have to count all these lines on the tree, counts how old the tree is. And I counted all of them, and this tree is exactly 48 years old.
48, huh? You sure?
Yes.
It kind of looks like there might be a little bit more rings than that, but I mean, let's go with it. So the couple of things I've learned over the years is, one, having the right size chainsaw for what you need. So when I first started out, my lovely wife had bought me a Poland Pro chainsaw, had a 16-inch bar, wasn't doing a whole lot of cutting then. We weren't also doing a whole lot of camping then either, but with a tent. We since then moved up to a camper, but it took a long time. The chains dulled out very quickly, so I've moved my way up, and making sure that you have the right chainsaw for what you need is very essential. So let's take a look at the chainsaws that I have. So the first one is the Steel MS290. I was able to get it from a gentleman at work where I used to work. He had it. It wasn't running, and I was able to get it running. So the line that I have here is from the tip to here. It's an 18-inch bar, and that bar or that line is for 15 inches, and that's where I can fit the pieces of wood into my wood burner north to south. So then they go for a longer burn that way. I've got the same thing for this one. Now this one here is a Husqvarna 455 Rancher, and I was able to also get it at the same place where I worked at for this one, but that one has the 20-inch bar on it, and both of them, I love both of them. Take both of them every time. One thing that I was told once that I kind of live by is if you have one chainsaw, you have no chainsaws. If you have two, then you have one. If one gets stuck and you're out in the woods, then you have nothing. So I always try to take two with me wherever I go. But make sure that you have the right, right saw for what you're doing. So, for instance, this wood that I'm cutting here is just about 18 inches across, and so if I had that 16-inch bar, then I'm doing double the amount of work because I'm to cut on each side. So sorry, I've got the little one over there. He's got his headphones on, listening to music. So that's what I work with and would recommend, which I think now, I don't think they make the 290s anymore for this one. I think it's maybe like model 29 or something like that, or model 90. So they don't make those anymore, but man, they both the Husqvarnas and the Steels, both of them work great, and would recommend either one of them. I know a lot of people are, particular about what brand they use, but I haven't had any issues with either one of them and would recommend both. So, but if you start doing this yourself and making sure you have firewood, even for your camper, if you camp a lot, man, it'd save you a ton of money if you can find some place that has a bunch of wood, a couple trees down that you can go cut, split yourself. Number one, it's good exercise, and God knows I need it, but good exercise gets you outside more, and then you're not having to pay a ton for firewood at either the campground or at other places that are charging $20 for a little bundle. So if you camp a bunch, I would recommend getting your own saw, getting your own axe, getting out there, cutting it and splitting yourself. Save yourself some money, get some exercise, and if you got kids, take your kids out there. I take my little gremlins out wherever we go, cut firewood, and they usually cut. No, they don't cut. I don't trust them with a saw yet, but they usually help me. Load it up in the truck. You can see the truck there, and they've loaded up everything themselves so far. I've split it, and they loaded it in the truck. So I just highly recommend getting out, doing it yourself. And if you do it yourself, make sure you have the right tools for the job and know what you're working with. Well, we got everything loaded up in the truck, as much as we could for today anyways. We got a pretty good truckload, and then I still got a few pieces over there that I got to get. I'll come back and get, but we got plenty of wood back here that we can get. And one thing about firewood is, once people know that you are looking for firewood and that you're willing to go out, cut it, and you clean up after yourself and you do a good job, you'll start getting people out of the woodwork, no pun intended, that looking for somebody to come cut a tree up that's down, that they just don't want to do it. And that's free, free firewood. So, and then once that person knows somebody has a tree fall down, guess who they're recommending? You come over, give this person a call, they'll come over, cut it up. They use it for their home, which is what we do, and why a lot of people know that I cut firewood, because I'll travel a little bit to to go get firewood, and I've got the kids. We'll come out. We'll try to get as much done in one day as possible, until they start driving me crazy, and then we have to go home. But yeah, I mean, once you get out and get your name out there that you're looking for firewood, you'll come out, cut it, you know, take care of it for them, get it out of the road. You'll start having people call you all the time. You know, hey, I got tree down. They'll tag you on Facebook, which is how I got where I'm at right here. And this gentleman has a good bit of woods, which you can see behind me, that he's got a lot down that we're going to keep coming back. It's about 10 minutes away from my house, so it works out perfect. So yeah, get your name out there, get out there, get some wood cut up, enjoy your camping, and enjoy the warm fires. It makes the warm fires even better when you're sitting around them knowing that you got out there, you got that wood yourself, you cut it yourself, loaded it, split it, and it just makes it all that much better. So I hope you guys have a good Christmas here coming up, and I don't know that I'll do any more videos before Christmas, but you know, if I don't do any more, hope everybody has a safe and Merry Christmas.